Most shonen anime give you at least a few episodes before the real danger kicks in. Episode 1 of Jujutsu Kaisen, the main character is already sentenced to death. Not threatened, not warned, sentenced, before the opening credits even finish. That's the first thing that tells you this show is different. Most anime spend episodes building up to stakes. JJK opens with them already on the table. Welcome to Jujutsu Kaisen Season 1, the anime that redefined what modern shonen could look like. Spoiler-free breakdown right now. And with Season 3 just wrapped and Season 4 already confirmed, there's never been a better time to start from the beginning.
The hype starts now! The hype starts now! AnimeHypeWatch!
Alright, let's set the scene. Jujutsu Kaisen is based on the manga by Jiji Akutami, serialized in Weekly Shonen Jump from 2018 to 2024. By December 2025, the manga had over 150 million copies in circulation worldwide, making it one of the best-selling manga series of all time. The anime adaptation is produced by MAPPA and premiered in October 2020, running for 24 episodes through March of 2021. Here's the world. Negative human emotions, grief, hatred, fear, and shame don't just disappear. They accumulate. And when enough of that negative energy builds up, it creates curses. Malevolent supernatural entities that feed on humans and exist everywhere. In dark corners, abandoned places, anywhere negative feeling collects. Most humans can't see them. They live and die never knowing what's lurking around them. Jujutsu sorcerers can see them, however, and their job is to exorcise them before they cause casualties. Enter Yuji Itadori, a high school kid with freakish physical strength and zero knowledge of any of this. When a cursed object awakens at his school and puts his friends in mortal danger, Yuji does the only thing that makes sense in the moment. He swallows the finger. Not just any finger, the finger of Ryomen Sukuna, the king of curses, the most powerful and feared cursed spirit in history. From that moment, Yuki becomes Sukuna's host, sharing one body with a being that every sorcerer in the world wants dead. The verdict from the Jujutsu World's governing council? Execute him immediately. But one man intervenes, Satoru Gojo. Widely acknowledged as the strongest sorcerer alive, and Gojo has a different plan. If Yuji can consume all of Sukuna's remaining fingers first, absorb the full King of Curses into himself, then the curse can be permanently exorcised all at once. So instead of dying, Yuji gets enrolled at Tokyo Jujutsu High to train as a sorcerer, to eat more cursed fingers, and to live on borrowed time until his execution can no longer be postponed. Let's talk about what everybody notices first, and what launched 1,000 debates about whether this or Demon Slayer is the best animated shonen of the decade. MAPPA's work on Jujutsu Kaisen Season 1 is cinematic from Episode 1. The visual language is deliberately darker and more grounded than most shonen. Colors are saturated but not garish. The environments feel real and lived in, and the supernatural elements hit harder because they're contrasted against an otherwise normal modern Japan. The fight choreography is where the show absolutely goes off. Every combat sequence has a physicality and impact weight that you can feel in your chest. Yuji's fighting style is a hybrid of martial arts and cursed energy. Fast, brutal, and practical, watching him fight is like watching someone who generally knows how to hurt people. There's nothing very pretty about it, it's just effective and devastating. And then there's Gojo. Episode 7 features Gojo's first real demonstration of his abilities, and it sets a benchmark for what top-level animation looked like in the 2020s. The scale, the detail, the sheer confidence of the direction, it makes a statement. This is a show that knows exactly what it's capable of and isn't afraid to prove it. The cursed spirit designs deserve their own mention. They pull from traditional Japanese folklore, Onri, Yurei, and Yokai, but twisted and grotesque in ways that feel generally unsettling. They're not just monsters. Some of them are deeply disturbing in ways that linger. The openings also deserve recognition. Kai Kai Katan by Eve is one of the most iconic anime openings of the decade, full stop. If you've seen Jujutsu Kaisen edits on any platform, you already know this track. Now let's get into where Jujutsu Kaisen actually earns its reputation, because Season 1 does something a lot of big shonen don't do well. It builds a trio. Yuji, Megami Fushiguro, and Noboru Kugisaki. These three form the first-year class at Tokyo Jujutsu High, and they're one of the most generally balanced and well-written main trios in modern shonen. Yuji is your protagonist, big heart, massive physical ability, and a core philosophy given to him by his dying grandfather. Die surrounded by people and never let others die alone. That belief drives every decision he makes as a sorcerer, and it sets up the emotional weight of every arc in the season. He's not trying to be the strongest, he's trying to make death meaningful. Megami is the foil. Calculating, strategic, emotionally guarded, his relationship with Gojo has layers that the season only begins to scratch. He uses shadow-based technique involving Shishigami, which are summoned creatures, and his fighting style is almost chess-like compared to Yuji's street brawler approach. Noboru is a standout of the three for a lot of viewers. She's confident to the point of arrogance, unapologetically herself, and the show never reduces her to a supporting role. She exercises curses using nails and a hammer, which sounds absurd until you watch her do it, and realize it's one of the most creative combat concepts in the show. Then there's Gojo Satoru, who is in a category entirely his own. Gojo is the strongest character in the series, and the show tells you this immediately and without hesitation. He's not a mystery to be revealed. He's a walking statement about what power looks like when it has no ceiling, and yet he's generally funny, deeply caring about his students, and carries a loneliness underneath the confidence that the later seasons unpack in devastating detail. Gojo alone is a reason to watch Jujutsu Kaisen. His presence changes the energy of every scene he's in, and his absence changes it even more. On the villain side, Season 1 introduces Ryomen Sukuna, the King of Curses, who shares Yuji's body, and Suguro Gido, one of the most compelling antagonists in the franchise. Gido's ideology, why he believes what he believes and what turned him, is handled with enough care that you understand his reasoning even while completely disagreeing with it. It's harder to pull off than most writers make it look. Honest note, some of the mid-tier villains in Season 1, particularly in the Goodwill event arc, are more functional than memorable. They serve their purpose, but they're not the reason people remember this season. The reason people remember this season is the main cast and the arcs that put them through real loss. Here's an honest case for why you should watch Season 1 specifically right now, with the series already 3 seasons deep. Season 1 is where the foundation is built. The cursed energy system, the sorcerer hierarchy, the emotional core of Yuji's mission, everything that makes Seasons 2, 3, and upcoming Season 4 hit as hard as they do from seeds planted here. Season 2's Shibuya incident is widely considered one of the greatest arcs in shonen history, but the reason it devastates you is because of the work Season 1 does first. The stakes only matter if you care about the people involved. And Season 1 earns that. There's also the fact that right now, with Season 3 just concluded and Season 4 confirmed, the JJK community is at peak engagement. Review content, breakdown content, ranking content. All of it is getting pushed because the fandom is active and hungry. A Season 1 review is the entry point that new viewers actively search for when they hear about the show and want to know where to begin. Watching this right now isn't going backwards, it's setting yourself up for everything that comes next. Let's break it down. The story. Dark, confident, and immediately stakes-driven, the Cursed Energy System is one of the most creative power frameworks in modern shonen. Some mid-season villains underperform, but the core arcs deliver. 8.5 out of 10. The characters. Yuji, Megami, and Nobara are one of the best-written first-year trios in the genre. Gojo is a phenomenon. The villain work is stronger than average, 9 out of 10. The animation. Mappa delivering cinematic quality from Episode 1, the Gojo showcase in Episode 7 alone raises the score. Fight choreography that defined a generation of shonen animation, 9.5 out of 10. The soundtrack. Hiroaki Tsutsumi's score is atmospheric and precise, but the real score is Kai Kai Katan, one of the greatest anime openings ever made, 9 out of 10. Overall, Jujutsu Kaisen Season 1 is a 9 out of 10. This is the show that proved dark shonen could be mainstream without losing its edge. It's not perfect, the middle stretch has some pacing wobbles and the villain depth improved significantly in later seasons, but as a foundation for one of the most important anime franchises of the 2020s, it's near flawless. Season 3 just wrapped, Season 4 is already in production. If you start Season 1 today, you have the perfect runway to get caught up before the next chapter drops. There is no better time. That's my review of Jujutsu Kaisen Season 1. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Where does Season 1 rank for you compared to Shibuya Incident? And for anyone just starting out, which character hit different on your first watch? If you're new here, welcome to AnimeHypeWatch. Honest reviews every week, so hit subscribe and the bell, and I'll see you in the next one.